96.7 KCAL rocks. Time to talk some sports with our guy Pep. Here he is. What's going on, Pep?
Yo, good morning, Patrick. Good morning, everybody out there. Yeah, let's get in some sports right now. We're going to talk some foosball. We're going to talk some baseball. But first off, Patrick, I don't know if any of the Rockers saw this on social media, but over 92,000 fans showed up for a University of Nebraska volleyball match inside the football stadium, and it actually set a new world record for a women's sporting event. It was unbelievable. Nebraska, if you're, a college basketball fan, and you know like Duke and North Carolina, Kansas, or some of those big-time programs in college hoops, Nebraska is the same thing to women's volleyball. So they love volleyball. This is a 5-time national champion, and they absolutely packed that football stadium.
Something like 92,000. I mean, absolutely unbelievable number. It beat out a women's soccer game, I believe, that was 91,000 or something.
Yeah, there was a women's soccer match in Europe that had the world record, and the American record was actually the World Cup women's final in, I think it was 1999. Remember when Brandi Chastain scored the winning goal in a penalty kick shootout at the end in the World Cup final? So that was the American record, but it beat everything. More people showed up for Nebraska women's volleyball than any other women's sporting event in the world. It was unbelievable. In the football stadium.
Yes, it is unbelievable. The only caveat, and I am going a little city slicker on this, is it is Nebraska. And there's not a ton going on in Nebraska. That should be stated. Nevertheless, It is a world record.
It is. Plenty of your advantages, right? If there's nothing going on and you're the biggest show in town, go support the Huskers, right? That's it. All right. Let's talk some college football. Patrick, we're going to really dive in with some great football games this coming weekend. In fact, we got one tonight. We got Florida taking on Utah, man. So if you're a Pac-12 football fan, it doesn't get much juicier than this. Gators and Utes going head-to-head, SEC versus Pac-12. Pac-12 as it is right now, but right out the gate, man, tonight, huge game.
Yeah, I love it because we know how tough Utah is. And then I just watched Swamp King, so I just got all fired up about Florida football, on the Netflix docuseries. So now it'll be cool to see these two go head-to-head. Let's see how Utah, who's a tough, pain-in-the-ass type of team, let's see how they hang in the SEC. I love it.
Yeah, me too. And then, when these games, especially when a Pac-12 team plays a school from the SEC, this is kind of like the opportunity for the Pac-12 to plant their flag and say, hey, we're just as good as the SEC or the Big Ten or the Big 12, whoever the case may be. So this is really a national game, and they're representing the entire Pac-12 to earn some respect, right? Some street cred right here in this early season game against a very good Florida team. And yeah, I'm 2 seasons deep on the Swamp Kings. It's getting really good at this point.
So good. Love it.
The other college football games, UCLA will open up their season at home against Coastal Carolina, who don't sleep on the Chanticleers, man. These guys, they've been actually pretty good the last couple of years, in and out of the top 25. So this is not an easy game, Patrick, for the Bruins.
It is funny because you have to give these teams a little bit of credit because they really used to be tomato cans. San Jose State, same thing last weekend. This is another Coastal Carolina, roast beef state, as they like to make fun of colleges like this. Nevertheless, they are better.
Yeah. No, they are. And this is, if UCLA comes out and they just throttle Coastal Carolina, great. UCLA was supposed to. They're from the Pac-12. But Coastal Carolina, if you follow college football closely, like I said, they've been in and out of the national top 25. So it's not like they're just some team we've never heard of, barely getting wins in some conference we've never heard of. They're pretty good.
Coastal Carolina, it's a hell of an opportunity.
It is for them. And also a big opportunity for the Nevada Wolfpack as they go up against USC. USC hammered San Jose State in their opener. Can they do it again this Saturday back at the Coliseum as they get Nevada?
Yeah, let's see how they do this time, right? Let's see. We know Caleb's bringing it. Let's see if the defense can gel a little bit. Another tune-up game for them, I believe.
That's what I want to see, the defense. It's not like Nevada's going to set the world on fire with their offense. So USC, I think, if they're going to come out and show out, what are they going to do? I want to see the defense hold Nevada to maybe 2 touchdowns or less. Who knows? I want to see them do something impressive on the defensive side of the football. That would really stand out to me. And Patrick, one more college football game I want to get your take on. LSU taking on Florida State. Not only does this have national title implications, but the starting quarterback for the LSU Bengal Tigers, our own guy, Jaden Daniels, the pride of Cajon High School in San Bernardino, also maybe one of the favorites to win the Heisman Trophy this year as the starting quarterback for LSU.
Man, an IE kid winning the Heisman could be so cool, but it is so much fun to watch Jaden. I mean, it's really, honestly, yes, it's two powerhouses going at it, but the real reason I'm watching is under center, man. Let's watch our boy, see what he can do.
Yeah, and again, when you won a national championship in college football, one loss will set you back. You spend the rest of the season trying to climb your way back into that national championship picture. So even though it's only their first game of the season for the Seminoles and the Tigers, it's a huge game because whoever loses, they've got an uphill battle now the rest of the year.
I love it, man. I love watching our IE quarterbacks. I watch him, Jaden, and I watch Uwe Ungalale.
Yeah, Oregon State. Dude, we got them all over the place, man.
Yes.
I love watching these guys and seeing them ball out, have some success. So, big weekend of college football. But in baseball, we're coming down the home stretch. We are getting close to the postseason of Major League Baseball. No team is hotter than the LA Dodgers. They just swept Arizona in the month of August. They went 24-4. Unbelievable, Patrick. And they go into a huge 4-game series now with the Atlanta Braves, probably the best team in baseball, maybe a preview of the National League Championship Series. It looks like the Dodgers and the Braves, are the cream of the crop. They're the two best teams in the National League. They should be fighting it out. And this is a big 4-game series now.
God, and they got a great blend of veterans and young talent, and really with the emphasis on this young talent. These young pitchers that the Dodgers have brought in, and then, of course, James Outman. Wow. And then you combine that with Freddie Freeman, who hit a huge bomb last night, and Jason Hayward, the old man, hit a huge bomb last night. I mean, the Dodgers are just ready, man. These young, this development, the system, if you will, the process, they like to call it, right? Trust in the process. It's the reason the Dodgers are so good.
Yeah, Jason Hayward. We don't talk about him much anymore, but from what I hear, he's a great clubhouse guy, like a leader in the locker room. Obviously still has some power, can come up with some big hits when you need him. And that's the blueprint, Patrick. We've talked about this before. The Dodgers have the best farm system in baseball, and they know how to go out and get a couple of these big-name free agents when they need them. Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts are probably the best examples of that. So you mix, you take your homegrown guys, you mix in a couple all-stars you can go pay some money to. Dude, this is the blueprint, man. The Dodgers have been getting it done for over a decade like this.
Yeah, true. Quick sidebar with Mookie Betts. I mean, when they were in Boston, they gave him a standing ovation every single time he came to the plate. And, Boston is the last city to do that kind of thing. Kind of saying, hey, man, we let you get away. We should have paid you. You're a great player.
Yeah, the fans still love him. What the organization does, if they decide to pay or not pay certain guys, I mean, sometimes it's out of their control, right? So, yeah, the organization, the Red Sox still love him, man. Great guy, and obviously maybe the guy that's going to win the National League MVP. Like, he's a fantastic player, having a really great season.
Yeah.
So, well, the Dodgers are hot. The other team, if there was a 1B that's maybe equally as hot right now in baseball, Patrick, I'm not saying this just because you're a Seattle Mariners guy, but it's the Seattle Mariners, 21-6 in the month of August. They are now in first place in the American League West. And all of a sudden, when you talk about who's going to come out of the American League, you've got to talk about Seattle.
It is kind of like you said, Pep. It's not the best team, although I feel like they are a very good team. But like the Dodgers in the American League, they got hot, man. And it's just one of those things. They're showing a little magic. I feel just like the Dodger fan feels right now. We're hot right now. Let's start the playoffs now. We got to get through these last few games. We have to go through Texas. We have to go through the Astros. We still have a long way to go. But yeah, very hot, similar deals. Very set up like the Dodgers. Young talent with some veterans. The system is working. Jerry DiPoto, couldn't get it done down here with the Angels, so he went up to Seattle and he did it. We even traded our huge closer, Paul Sewald, and everybody was throwing a fit, calling DiPoto a jackass, but he got like 5 great players that are now contributing. Of course, now his money's no good in Seattle. So we'll see what happens. The two hot teams. If Pep's theory is correct, the Mariners are hot, the Dodgers are hot. Could they meet in the World Series? Absolute dream for me.
Wait, hold on. So the manager of Seattle, is it Scott Service? Do I have that right? Okay,
Correct.
so he was quoted as saying he wishes the month of August was like 60 days, not 30 days, because he wants to take this August magic and go right into October, right into the postseason, because he wants the team to continue playing the way they are right now.
Stay hot, man. Can't wait to see what happens. Pep, tell them how to get your stuff.
Get my stuff anytime at Inland Sports, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We got the Inland Sports YouTube channel. High school football right now. We got a lot of it right now on Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep. Yeah, dude.